I'm going to show you at least 3 ways for you to use the LintEater to clean the lint out of your dryer vent. Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to show you how to clean out your dryer vent. The dryer vent is one of those things that it gets a lot of use from your dryer, and eventually the lint that makes it through the lint screen in your dryer over time collects in the vent itself. And the worst opportunity is when it actually catches fire and creates problems. So we want to make sure you're keeping your dryer vent clean, and we want to show you how easy it is to do. And so let me get started. First, we're going to pull out the dryer from the wall. Now, in my home, this is the way the dryer access was actually put behind the washing machine, probably an accident by the builder. But anyway, so I'm doing what they show in this manual to help people. You probably won't have to do any of this because yours will already be set up. But you see this U? That's what this is. And it's coming from the access in the wall because it's behind the washing machine. So nothing's different. They all have a hose like this on it or hard pipe. And there's a couple of, well, there's several ways you can do this. I'm going to show you at least 3 ways for you to use the LintEater to clean the lint out of your dryer vent. They can be done from inside using a shop vacuum, which is a common product people have with this large hose, to using the dryer to blow it out. So running the dryer on cool air and cleaning from in here, or probably the most popular application we'll do outside where the dryer vent exits the home. And that is, you simply leave the dryer running and you come in from outside and clean the dryer. A lot of people prefer that. It's a little simpler, you got more room, so forth. So let's get started with the one you can do inside with the Shop Vac. I have chosen to use the stainless steel band clamps, which are a mechanical clamp that you can tighten by hand. I happen to use a cordless drill, and to me they're a much better clamping force. But most people use these spring wire clamps that go on. To me, they're much more difficult to work with. And so it's just my choice. Either way works fine as long as you have a seal around this hose as it goes over the dryer vent or the vent in the wall and makes a tight connection. That's all that matters. Just a little better product, but not necessary. So now that we've got the dryer pulled out, you will see where the hose is attached to the dryer. Just inside that dryer hose entrance there is the heating element. And so our LintEater is designed so that the homeowner cannot accidentally go in there and damage the heating element. And so as long as you follow the instructions, what I'm going to show you, you can come in from outside and bottom out on this piece right here. And its job is to block the brush from going any further than right here. And I will clamp that on, and then I will put this hose on. So there's different ways people do this. Some people use tape, and I actually brought duct tape in and they want to just tape it on. But just whatever way you choose to do it, make sure that it doesn't come off. That's the main thing. Okay, you can tighten it up by hand. This still really isn't tight enough, and for demonstration purposes. Okay, there we go. Now you can see this goes over this. Okay. Because you can actually come in from outside and not realize that you've gone all the way through your house, all the way through this, and to your dryer. So you could accidentally go in there and hit your heating element, which would damage it. So we certainly don't want that. So be sure if you're coming in from outside and you don't have anyone helping you, if you have another person in here, you could have them hold this and wait for the brush to come out here and let you know that, so that it couldn't damage anything. But if you're doing it by yourself, you need to have this end held. Okay? We'll go outside here in a little while and actually clean the vent from the outside. For the moment, we're going to use the adapters that come and accessories that come with it for you to use a Shop Vac and clean it from the inside. This reducer is for those Shop Vacs that have a smaller hose. You would put it in there and shove the hose in there. For me, I use the large opening. This here is a plug that plugs the hole that we're going to put the rod and first brush, the brush and first rod through, I should say, because it's going to go like this. And then, and believe me, I only use this drill because of the time. It's just faster, but certainly no need to use a drill. And if you're not comfortable with it, be sure and do it by hand. Now, if you were going to clean your dryer, you would get the hose. It goes in there, it's a tight fit. And then this end goes around to the Shop Vac. And as you have it running, okay, so I would go in with this brush and I would stop, and then I would screw on a second brush like this. And so forth until you have done the full length of your dryer. Now, when you're moving the rod through the foil or flexible duct, be sure and have it turning. Here's what I'm doing, is the way we protect the duct and the tool is to use the clutch that comes on cordless drills. So that when I hear that clicking, well, that's because I'm keeping it from turning. And so if it hits something it doesn't like, and there it's going clear in, and then I would stop and put another length on, and so forth. The vacuum, the Shop Vac, would be running the whole time. And so it's sucking the air back and getting all the lint and dust into your vacuum. Sometimes we actually recommend you tighten these joints together with two pairs of pliers. For this demonstration, I just let it tighten up on its own. But then when you're done, you take this and you unscrew your clamp. See how easy that is? This comes out. Now, this brush with the rods would have gone all the way through the flex duct into the metal pipe that goes to the outside of your home, and you would have just kept feeding it until you got to the other end. With the vacuum running, it would be sucking all the lint and dust and dirt back into the Shop Vac instead of blowing it out on the ground outside. If you choose to use this approach, you also have another option, and all of this, you don't have to remember it, but all of this is in the owner's manual here that comes with every kit. But you can run it on the air side of your Shop Vac, means the side, the outlet where the air is blowing out of the vacuum. Put it in here and clean, and the vacuum, the Shop Vac, will help blow the lint all the way out without you running the dryer. Not very many people do it that way, but it's certainly you know, is a viable option. You do want to make sure before you put this on that you clean out any lint there by hand that you see. This particular dryer had a whole clump of lint right on the very bottom. Most of the lint collects in the first few feet of flex pipe and ductwork, as you can appreciate, but over time the moisture that is generated with the fabric softener in the dryer sheets creates a mix that collects on the sides of the pipes, and it just keeps getting worse over time. So that's why it's really important that you start here and clean everything. So I think that's it until we go outside and show you how to clean your vent from the outside.